What is up? Welcome to our channel, Chris and Angel. My name is Chris, and Angel will be here in a few minutes. But to get things started, I want to tell you about our channel real quick. Basically, our channel is gonna take you through like the weird and funny moments that we have. So we're gonna do a lot of them in these videos. We're gonna have our music sometimes. We both do music. And talk about our personal life experiences, take you through stories about in our lives, and most importantly, we're going to talk about our relationship with Jesus Christ. That's so important to both of our lives. So with that being said, yeah, actually Angel's here right now, so I'm gonna give her the floor, and yeah, can't wait to get things started. Let's go.
All right, so we're just gonna get right into it. Currently, we are in two different cities. I'm in Los Angeles.
And I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, 216, baby.
Yes, so if you hear any latency or any audio that it's not the best quality, work with us because this is our first video and we're still trying to figure some things out. All right.
Look, we in a pandemic, okay? It is what it is.
Right. Yeah. So we're just trying to just work with us today.
Yeah.
So, Crystal, you want to introduce us to what topic we will be talking about today?
Yeah. So as you can see in the title, it's saying we're best friends again. Yeah, you heard it again. Some of y'all that know us from past tense that know about the situation, y'all like, wait, what? Y'all, they back together? Your eyes are not mistaken. This is us for real. This is us together for real. And then some of y'all that knew that we were friends and y'all didn't know that this happened. It's like, what? Yeah, I know. We'll get into that. And the people that don't know us yet, y'all will know. Okay? So, yeah. But basically, it's just talking about, how we came back together. And, yeah, we're going to talk more about that.
Yeah, so how did we come back together? Before we get into that, I think we're going to talk a little bit of what happened before and a little bit of how we became friends. We will have another video going deeper into the topic of how we met and everything, but in the short run, we became friends in high school, and from high school until like the second year of college. So on my side of the story, this goes way back to high school, but I didn't have a relationship with Jesus and I didn't know what that was. Even I went to church all my life, but that doesn't mean anything. So when we became friends, it was kind of out of envy and jealousy and kind of like your frenemies. That's what it was for me. Probably for Crystal, it was...
Yeah, I kind of felt that too a little bit. Yeah.
I think for Crystal, it was different. I mean, she will share her side of the story as well. And, but I was not very nice. And yeah, I'm just gonna be upfront about it. I wasn't very nice. I was really mean to her, and I would get so irritated and I would just get so annoyed. Even she would come to visit me in college in Boston, and I would just be really, really mean for, it's kind of like no reason. But then over time, I went to this training school for like being an evangelist in a way, and I just heard God telling me, you need to cut this friendship because this is not healthy, it's not fair to her, and also it's not healthy for you, especially negativity, and it's just not good. So I cut it off, but I did it very immature. And to be honest, like the real reason to cut it off is like to heal, to mend, to be in the right place, because
Yeah.
I did not love her like I should, through the love of God. And I think in the long run, it would have really devastated, I think, our friendship. So, but at the time when we cut off, I was like, no, I'm in the right, you in the wrong. I want to cut off because you're annoying, yada, yada, yada. And
Oh yeah, it was all that.
yeah, so, and it was really bad because, like, I was on the phone with her mom and she wasn't happy, you know, she was like the mama bear.
Ooh, oh geez, yeah.
Yeah, so it just wasn't healthy, but also I knew Crystal, she wanted to respect my wishes, and in the long run, like, I knew that we would eventually become friends again, like deep down in my heart. In the moment, I didn't want that, but I knew deep in the long run because we go way back. Now, when it comes to friendship, you know, you will really see if they're your true friends. And that's another topic we're going to go into.
Oh, yes.
Actually, next week.
Next week.
Yeah. And your true friends will have your back. They will, you know, they will get you out of prison if, like, they have to, or, you know, jail.
And they will encourage you and not discourage you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, but we go way back. I think our friendship, compared to most of my friendships I know that I have, I know for Crystal it could be different as well. But it was different because, I don't know, we just related on a lot of things, but as well as, for example, I was in a really bad car accident right before I went to college, and when I gave my life to Jesus, and we got in a horrible accident. Child, I did not call 911. Guess who I called?
Not even 911.
I called Crystal. So that's how it went, and like, I've gone through panic attacks, through so much things, and even happy things, and she was always there. Yeah, and Crystal, you can tell your side of the cutoff.
Yeah, so when this all happened, even going on to the mom thing, to be honest, I don't even think I told you. But I didn't know. I knew I was going to give the phone to my mom because, you know, she was going to tell her about, like, the stuff we were going to go to together, but didn't go to. But I didn't know the extent of it until after my mom told me. And I was like, wait, you did what now? She's like, no, because this, look, you were not in the wrong with it. I know. But I understand now. Now that I look back, I understand why she did what she did. But when I was talking to Angel during the cutoff, at first, you know, I knew something was, you know, had a vibe about it. Didn't think so much it was going to, I knew we were going to have a serious talk. I knew that for a fact. But I did not know that it was going to lead to, oh, we about to cut this off right now. I was not ready for it, and I was kind of blindsided for a bit. So it was something new for me because I didn't have that with other friends where, like, I was in the position of, oh, you're about to get cut off now, you know. So it was something that I didn't, you know, realize before. But when she was talking, and while she was talking with me, I had pretty much conversations going in my head about what I was gonna say when she gave me the floor to talk. And at first, I was going to really prepare. I was like, well, let me prepare what I'm about to say. And I was about to go all in. I had stuff in my back pocket. I had stuff in my sleeve. I knew the stuff that I was going to say to claim my facts and my evidence of, like, why the heck are you cutting it? You're cutting me off? Like, if anybody should be cutting anybody off, it should be me. You know, but I didn't want to do that because I was going to be patient with you and be there for you and all that stuff. I was going to throw that all out the table, but something in me was like, no, don't stop, don't do that, just throw that out your mind right now, don't even, Because first off, she already knows all of this, and I'm just like,
yeah, because
well, you should.
yeah, Crystal did a lot for me, like, and I don't think I understood that, and I think I took that for granted as well. And because now, like, with the friendships I did have in Boston, like, I understood in a way what she felt, because she did so much for me where, you know, for like example, like a birthday, like I was in Boston, she was in Cleveland, and she took out of her time, out of her, you know, college schedule as well to,
for sure,
what is it, contact all the people I was in contact,
family, friends, everybody.
and she made this huge video. She edited it.
It was an all-nighter.
Yeah.
Trust me.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, if you have a true friend that has your back, okay? And so, like, yeah, it was, to be honest, the person that should be cutting off is her, and she has so many things to back up. Like, she's like, I've done this for you, but she didn't.
Yeah, and the thing was that when I was about to go all in with that, it was like God telling me, like, you know, you need to stop this. Stop wasting your breath on something she already knows. I look, and I was like, well, you know, she's not acting like she blah. But he's like, look, of course she's not acting like it right now. You see how she's talking to you. Of course she's not gonna say it right now, but she has it in her heart. You did all those. You built up all of 4 years of that stuff. There's no way she's gonna forget that stuff.
And it's you know, so true. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, that is so true, because within the last 2 years, like, I'm talking to my mom, like, even at home, like, geez, like I would say to her, Crystal was a good friend because she did this, and like when I needed someone to talk to, she was there. So it's like deep down in my heart, of course I knew. Even when I was cutting off, of course I knew, and I felt in a way, I think in that moment, a little guilty. And it's not like, to be honest, I will be honest, it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go in and cut this off right now. To be honest, I didn't want to, and it was emotional for me. And as well, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's like, it's not like, oh, this is easy for me, I'm just gonna cut it off like that, because we were friends for a long time, and like,
and we did so much in that time.
We went over to each other's house, and Crystal, you can explain like what that means to you.
Yeah, because I had history of friends who wanted to come to my house and vice versa wanted to go over their house. But like my family, and pretty much including myself, I didn't, you know, don't get me wrong, like I said, I like people coming over to my house. There's no problem with me coming over to my house. But you know, I have we have different schedules, situations, especially with my autistic sister and everything. We weren't in a position to just have people go in and out our house, you know what I'm saying? And you know, we're dealing with stuff. And me personally, when I go to other people's houses, you know, it's not that I don't feel comfortable going over, but it's either I don't have the time to, or I just don't have the urge to go to somebody's house. But like I said, I don't know, you know, it's just something you just can't describe. That's what's so great about this friendship, is that as soon as she came into my life, I tell you right now, that was the first time I ever did not hesitate to be like, yeah, I would love for you to come to my home, like, you know. And when I asked my mom and my parents if I can bring her to my house, they went from I don't know to like, well, if you just make sure that she does so and so, and make sure y'all have a certain day. And I'm just like, well, okay, yeah. Well, yes, yeah. That's when, you know, this was the one I had the one right there. Yeah.
I mean, what's crazy is that, like, I was crazy back then. I mean, imagine a person that cursed like a sailor. Like, that's what I was. And like, you know me now. Like, even my coworkers, they're like, girl, I never hear you swear, but like I would.
And I didn't have friends like that though. That's the crazy part. But yeah, she was the
I
one
was
that
really
just
crazy.
like,
I'll we'll tell stories of what exactly
yeah, oh, yeah.
I did in high school. But I would invite myself over. Like, that's how crazy I was. And like, I would jokingly actually like, hey, can I come over? And then she would text her mom, and her mom's like, yeah, you can come over. And I was like, oh, I didn't think that. She would say yes. And same vice versa. Like, even in college, like when I wasn't there, I was living in Boston because that's where my school was. My parents invited her to dinner, to a seafood place. The frick? A seafood place. Like, they never took me to seafood. Like, what the heck? Like, my brother, my two parents, and then her. I'm just like, you replacing me?
But you know what? And her father took me to breakfast at Bob Evans. He invited me for breakfast.
I didn't know that.
I never. Yeah, this was when you were. Listen. This was when it was like our junior year and senior year of high school, and I was at your house, and you was like asleep, and I was just like, just doing whatever.
Oh, so
and he came up. So he was like, "Hey,
I'm now finding this out right now. What the frick?"
Yeah, just finding this out right now. So he was like, he goes knocking on my door. And I was like, oh, hey, Mr. Harris. And he was like, is Angel asleep? I said, yeah. He's like, well, I was going to take you out about, you want to go to Bob Evans? I was like, well, are we going to wait for you? He's like, well, I don't want to wake up. I said, well, all right.
Oh, that's dirty. Oh, I have so many talks that I need to speak to my father. Oh, and
no, but let me, but let me go back to the cut off real quick because I forgot to mention something. But when after I was thinking the stuff that I was thinking, that's when it cued me to be like, all right, you know what, screw all of that. I'm about to say the most hardest thing that I'm about to ever say that's gonna come out my mouth, and it's gonna hurt, but I do it because I care about it. I do it because I love her and I respect her. And like I said from the get-go, that all I want is what's best for her, and if she says that if this is what is best, I'm gonna do what a good friend do, and I'm gonna do what is best. And I said, you know what, if this is what you want to do, if this is something that you feel is need to be done, then by all means, okay, fine.
And that's what a true friend is, because you know what, I had a recent situation that we're going to be talking about. In fact, next week. That's why we chose this topic, so that we can talk about certain topics and it flows naturally and you understand. Yeah. But, it shows like what a true friend is. And even during like the end of the cutoff, I was like, yo, I wish I was friends with Chris again. And because I will just say, for a sneak peek, the friends that I was friends with in Boston that I considered really close, my girlfriends at the time, and we had like a similar I wouldn't say similar situation, but we had like a cutoff as well, and but it was literally the opposite. And
but I will say that I was once we hung up, I was literally like telling God, I was like, okay, all right, this is hurting right now, but I'm gonna tell you straight up that I'm going to not give up on her. This is a goodbye, but I'm gonna declare that this is a goodbye for now, And I was like, I'm gonna wait for her, I'm gonna wait for this girl. Like, seriously, I will wait for her. And I don't care. Even if it's one day if she needed something, even during the cutoff, I would be able to have open arms. Like, the door will always be open. I didn't care, that was the person that was an important person in my life. And I said, I'm going to prove that to you, So it's even to that extent.
Yeah, and so going into the cutoff, you know, I wanted it to be totally cut off because to be honest, I think I needed healing as well. I needed some space. I needed to grow.
I need to do my college stuff too, so there was all of that going on. So I'm glad.
Yeah, so it was a benefit because we both needed to grow up, especially myself. But I told all my friends, I told all my family members, like, please, like, do not have any type of contact with her, because there were times like where my family members,
she was really
there were times where my family member would mention her because, like, oh, this person messaged me, and I'd be like, ugh. And it's true, you know.
It's true. It's true.
Yeah, and also, like, she like, this is how, you know, it's more than just friendship. It's also family, because she literally, I don't know how, she somehow got in contact with my cousin. My cousin.
The cousin loved me.
And then my cousin be asking about her, and I'm just like, what the heck is this? I'll be so annoyed. Even when we were friends, I would be so annoyed that that's how much it is. But during the cutoff, my friends didn't respect my wishes, and
they did it right in front of my face.
They did it in front of my face, and that also shows that they aren't your true friends. But let me not get into that because it's deep.
Yeah, we gotta
go. But my dad was in contact with it, and I knew this because I'll be at home during winter break and he'd be messaging her on the Facebook, and I'm just like, really? But I played like I didn't know, but I knew. And then after we after we reconnected, my dad's like, oh yeah, I've been in contact.
Oh, now you're Facebook.
Yeah, I've been in contact with her while you guys were cut off. And I said,
and now you're friends again.
Oh, and then I told him, I'm like, oh, I knew. Don't now bring it. I knew about it, but I just played dumb.
But that's when you know, like, like I said, I've had friends' parents before, up until the high school, and I never had, like, friends' family that felt like mine so real, you know what I mean? And even at that point, like, I have to shout out to them. It's like, you know, thank you for even believing in me, still knowing the person that I am, and was like, you know, and I, like, even though with the whole Pop situation, but I gotta give it a Pops, like that's my buddy.
Yeah,
like,
so I was petty. I was petty, and
yeah, she was. And I love Mama too.
Yeah, my mom was probably the only one that respected my wishes. She's like, I understand.
Yeah, I give her that. I will give her that.
Yeah, she was the one that understood. She's like, yeah, you guys need to grow.
She got near the end a little bit, but she held it. She
respected my wishes, because she's like, I'll respect you, you know, because, like, this is what you want. This makes you happy. Like, you know, I understand. And if it makes you mad, you know, let's not, you know, touch that. But then I will say, I guess the next part of the story is how we got gradually reconnected. Yeah. Actually, it kind of started